And joining me now to discuss is Michael Gould, a retired NYPD officer who was on security detail for President George H.W. Bush and Jimmy Carter and knows about these types of manhunts very well. Michael, all right, so you heard the news there at the top, the backpack, the suspect leaving from the bus terminal near George Washington Bridge. So that's kind of different than how he came in. What do you think at this time? What's going on with the investigation?
Right. So there's a lot of speculation, and all investigations you put together like a jigsaw puzzle. So every bit of this evidence that is being recovered, it's a part of the jigsaw puzzle. The police, I know the NYPD almost has their jigsaw puzzle complete with all the digital and all of the evidence. So I think an arrest is forthcoming. I think it's now a manhunt. It's not really a question of identity, I don't think, or very soon it won't be. So I'm pretty sure they know who he is, just matter. There's a big delta between finding somebody and knowing who they are. So that's going to take some time, and I think there's a little bit of a rush here. It's not uncommon to take weeks, months to put all of the notorious killings. It doesn't happen overnight, regardless of all the technology.
Yeah, we've been through this before, and I'm sure our audience knows that, you know, as a reporter, I'm calling the NYPD. They can't really tell us much. They tell us what they can, and they give us those images from surveillance as we need them, right? As they need us to put those images out so they can hopefully get a suspect named.
Right. You hit the nail on the head. So the media has a voracious appetite for information.
Who is he? Where'd he come from? You know, we're asking all these questions.
But we're not really. The media is not in partnership with the.
That's right.
The NYPD, law enforcement, has to spoon feed the media, so to speak, because they can't give away their hand, because the suspect is as familiar with what's going on then as as the police are. So even the fact that they already pretty much said he's out of New York, he's on his way to somewhere, destinations unknown. I'm not sure if that's true, you know, but if you telegraph those things, and the NYPD, as I said, they have to withhold information. It's a tightrope they have to walk. They have to give the public the information they need, but on the other hand, they can't give them every detail, and they've given out a lot of details of this suspect.
They sure have, and you know, this crime has shocked so many. We see crime in New York. We cover it every single day, but this is different. This is very, very different. We haven't seen a crime like this with a gun and a silencer and an actual, what looks like a hit, you know, in quite some time.
Right, right. Even organized crime, because of the blanket coverage of cameras here, they don't do these traditional types of walk up behind, like at Spark Steakhouse, where Paul Castellano was assassinated, the mafia head. So we don't see it. But with that said, there are homicides every day here. So sometimes I look a little desensitized to these things. But as this evidence is recovered, to me, it's just evidence in a crime that has to be resolved.
One of the key things in this case is the fact that Brian Thompson didn't have a bodyguard with him. And there has been traditional bodyguards for people of his stature. Let's listen to what Thompson's former bodyguard told News Nation this week.
There's no reason in this God's green earth that he should not have had security around him. I do not understand it. Maybe he had that charismatic position in his mind that, oh, nobody recognizes me and I can get from point A to point B safely. Maybe that was in his mind. Or the second choice is that, you know, that would be the personal decision, but maybe it was a corporate decision not to give him personal security, which I think would be maybe one of the biggest faux pas in the security world that I've ever seen in my entire life.
So why do you think he was alone? Now, I walked this crime scene, and the walk from his hotel where he was staying to the Hilton across the street was really short. So, I mean, my initial gut is that it's a short distance. I'll be fine. I'll just walk right across the street. But he should have had security.
Yeah, you know, Laura, frankly, that's debatable. I mean, John Lennon got assassinated without security. Many politicians, the president was attempted assassination with Secret Service. So if somebody's hell-bent on killing somebody, they're going to do it. So it's debatable. Celebrities, politicians, they walk around New York City casually every single day without security details that actually attract attention.
That's true. Well, I was going to say, one of the reasons why I said that is because he apparently had some recent threats. So we'll continue to follow this. We'll bring you back for more. Thank you so much for being here today, retired NYPD officer Michael Gould. Thanks again.
Thank you, Laura.